Things are about to go crazy. But don't worry, because for people who have purchased their chart or is about to purchase their birth chart here between Monday all the way to Wednesday, I'll be hosting a free discussion about Rahu and Ketu on this solar eclipse that is going to be happening on October 25th. So I do suggest get your chart now. And if you already gotten it, you will get a notification from us. And I will see you in this October 8th and the 15th. And it's free. I just want to see everyone. And then let's study all together on what is about to come upon us and what can we see and how can we work and make friends basically with Rahu and K2. So I will see you there. And next to this is your reading for the eclipse. Okay, Scorpio. So here we are and here we go. Okay. But before we start, I just want to greet everybody a happy Navaratri. Okay, so for people who are celebrating that. And at the same time, to also a happy Rosh Hashanah, Shana Tova. Okay, so for our friends out there who's watching. Okay, so I just want to greet everyone. Everyone is celebrating something today. I am celebrating. What am I celebrating? Another day. Okay. So I'm already starting to sing Scorpio. Celebrate good times. Come on. Yeah, you can tell my generation by the songs that I know. But what are you here for, Scorpio? You are here because you want to know what's going to happen in the eclipse for you. So if you're new to my channel, um, we're going to be looking at your sidereal chart and we're going to be basing this from the ascendant sign. The moon signs, of course, I suggest you can watch your moon sign. So if you're a ascendant Scorpio and then you have a moon sign in Taurus, moon sign in Aries, watch both videos. So that's fine. Okay. Um, Now, the sun sign people, I would recommend, of course. We only need our time and place of birth, and we can help you with your placements. All right. So let's begin here for my Scorpios. What is going on, Scorpios? Let's look where the eclipse would be manifesting. Oh, if you follow my videos, also Scorpio, and you're celebrating Navratri, I believe the first day is white. So I'm doing white today, and I believe the second is orange. And then if you guys want to join me there, okay? So let's see what's going on here. For these Scorpios, the solar eclipse is going to be happening it will take place on October 25th, depending where you're at, on your 12th house. And this is when the sun, the moon, and K2, all right, will be, transiting. Okay. Now, Venus is also here. But let's first digest the 12th house for you, Scorpio. 12th house for Scorpios would be the part where you sleep. Is the part where you practice your spirituality. This is the part where we have hidden enemies in the 12th house. This is also isolation. This is also the liberation part of your life. This is where it ends, the 12th house. And 12th house is also losses. And 12th house is also illnesses. Different illness, chronic illness would be from in the 6th house. So during this time of the eclipse, I want the Scorpios to prepare themselves as early as the first week of October. You will feel this energy already in your 12th house. Now, what does it mean when the eclipse sits in Libra? Of course, we're gonna discuss Libra also, as Libra is about business, trade, relationship, of course, the give and take. That's Libra. How it will affect you. October can be a challenging time for the Scorpios, as far as sleep can be, you may feel a little bit restless. There's two ways of looking at this. Either you are able to meditate, because this is a good time for meditation. K2, having a good placement of K2, you can be very good at mantras and prayers, and you really, I mean, when I say good, like you feel it from deep within. This is the time that you may feel this. If you're having issues with your sleep, if you try to meditate, this can bring you, how do you say this? A new found, like you will find, not that you're a new self, because it's not in your first house. It's not yours. Like you will find what your soul is meant to do or meant to be, deep, like totally deep. Remember, 12 is like everything is lost here now. So the only thing that you can find here is your soul. Like you strip everything and then it's just you. So this can be a time where, let's just say, you stand in front of a mirror and then you look at yourself. And then you analyze, like what has gone through, in your life, and how you want to make the changes. K2 is our past life. There can be foreign people in your life, long distance relationship may end or may begin or may surface, um, and you would need to deal with this during this time, because K2 will bring unfinished business here in the 12. But it's asking you actually to find a middle ground, and then close it. This is like closure, eclipsing things, moving on and moving forward. Okay, so that's what basically it's doing here. Doing spiritual practices during this time is going to be amazing for you. So if you are manifesting a new life, a new beginning for you, this is the best time. You may find yourself also reconnecting with your parents. Your parents are far from you, then there's going to be a strong communication coming in. Let's just say you're in a different part of the world and then a different part of the world. Then it's time for you to have a discussion, meet them, and catch up. K2 is also your ancestors. So this is a time where you pay respect. Mm. Now, 12th house it is related to temples, ashrams, churches. So this is the best time for you to go to how to say this, like if you have any religious belief or spiritual belief, to go back to the roots. If you haven't been doing it, then this is the time where you start doing it again. Now, for what reason, you will ask me. Um, when you do this whole past life connection, then your breaking can be generational karmas. Hmm. So remember, when you were born, if there's a planet sitting on the 12, that's where your they say that's where your there was something that, let's just say you have Venus in the 12th house. Let's just say that for the Scorpio, you have Venus in the 12th because Venus is here. Then there was a relationship that didn't get its closure. So it's holding on to your soul. You have Saturn in the 12. Then there is something work related, because Saturn in Libra gives you work, a purpose. Then there is something that you were not able to finish in the past life. And 12 house is very, very important for us because remember, this is how we can be liberated from our karma, the things that we do. Mhm. This is where it ends. Mm. So this is a time where you make amends, you make peace, you know. And that's why I said, like, connecting with your ancestors. When you say ancestors, of course, these are, spirits that is already before us. It's the reason why you're here. But at the same time, this can also show in your auntie, uncle. This is the time that you will communicate with them. Or if you have any unresolved, issues with them, this is the time. Now let's discuss the part where Venus is also here, part of this. eclipse, Venus is not part of an eclipse, but it's sitting in Libra. And as Venus is very close, it's 8 degrees here to the moon. The sun and moon is at 7 degrees on the 25th. Um, this is Venus' house. Okay. And it is known where my house, my rules. So if a planet sits in its own home, it has complete dominance of whoever enters here. However, there are malefics here. So Venus finds, himself uncomfortable here during this time because K2 is here. And the difference between Venus and K2 is Venus can be attached to pleasure. Okay. And 12th house can be this pleasure house because this is a very nostalgic house. This is where addiction is born. Okay. And this is where spirituality is also. Mhm. So with K2 here and then Venus, then this is the time where if there's anything that you are addicted to, pleasure wise, K2 is freeing you from this. Mhm. It can be anything, we can all be like, I don't know, social media addiction, shopping, alcohol, all this. But I'm not judging anyone. I'm just letting you guys know about this placement. Now, from what I'm seeing here for Scorpios, I'll give you a little bit of something here for Venus here. It's best that you wear nice shoes during this time. Don't wear dirty clothes. Of course, we always wear nice clothes, but always press the clothes. Okay? Ironed, clean, pressed, showers first thing in the morning. Okay, like you shower every morning. Um, this is basically working with the planets. During this time also, I would suggest like you eat more grains also and less spicy food. Mm. And as we celebrate also the Navaratri during this time, we all know that there's no onion and garlic, and I forgot the other one. Anything sesame oil also. As those two, okay, onion and garlic brings out this desire as human. So it's not sattvic, I believe it is rajasic in Ayurveda. So this is a time where we do our cleansing. So if you do it today and then you continue it for the remaining parts of the month, it's very very good. If you're working with certain karmas, especially illnesses here in the 12th house. So if there's anything that you're suffering illness wise, it's good to practice a cleaner diet. So no canned foods, no processed foods, no fried foods, as natural as it can be. Okay, the food without changing. Okay, its own like how do you call this chemistry. Okay, because it is known, because remember 12th house is illness. This is what I'm telling you. So hospitals can become an issue here. It is known that when we change the form of a food, our body takes longer for it to process. If it's taking longer for it to process, just using that energy to process the food, it uses the energy instead of us healing, it uses it for digesting the food. And our body is always healing. So the more that you're eating sattvic food, then the better that your health can be. But of course, having sattvic food is boring. I'm just gonna be honest. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. Boiled, okay, and all this thing. But we can have. I know there is some. I believe there are some spices that can be involved here. Um, don't use table salt, of course. It's best to use natural salt. So everything natural, fruits galore. Go for it, right? But of course, meaning consider if you have a specific diet or specific health issue. Don't follow me. Consult your consult your doctor, not me. I'm just giving you ways and how to navigate. With this energy, relationship can become an issue during this time. Separation, because Venus relationship and partnership, and K2 liberation, moksha, you may find yourself a little bit suffocated in a relationship. Because remember, 12 house is losses. So try to manage that energy. And imagine this. If your intake in food is more sattvic, you will have less aggression to people. If you do eat meat, beef, I'm not, you can have your steak. Trust me. I'm not here to judge anyone. But it can bring aggression to the people that you care, people that you love. So it you need to basically have a cleaner diet during this time because you're going to a spiritual transformation. So I call it the temple, right? Your body is a temple. Everybody calls their body as a temple. So it's a time for you to do some cleansing. Okay. Banaba. No, I'm kidding. We call it banaba. Cleansing during this time. So it's going to be a wonderful spiritual journey for the Scorpios. It's going to be a new you after this whole solar and lunar. So embrace this moment. Now, there's going to be more to this because remember, we're only discussing here K2. And like what I mentioned earlier, if you do get your chart from us, you'll be invited to the discussion that I will have about this eclipse and how it will affect us even more, and spiritual transformation, of course, and of course the future. Rahu here sits in your sixth house. What is sixth house for the Scorpio, which I will discuss partially. Um, as the nodes, they go back and forth. This is Aries for you. This is sixth house for you is your day to day. When you wake up, that's already your sixth house. And then, of course, this is illness, chronic illnesses, debts is here, work is here. But here's the thing with Rahu, it loves to be here. It means it gives strength to Rahu here. What does it mean? You will have good health. Okay. But provided you're doing what K2 is asking, because they go hand in hand. Okay, because Rahu here will be very, very potent to how do you not potent, but it will have it's giving its energy to give you okay good health, provided that you're balancing the 12th house. Now there will be a time where Sun is going to be debilitated for a short time, and once it goes to 10 degrees. We'll discuss that also in the class, in the discussion, and then we'll look into a lot of things. So, like what I mentioned, if you get your chart, you'll be part, and it's free. I just want to welcome everybody, and then we all learn as a group, and everybody's gonna be there. There's hundreds and hundreds of people who already got their chart, so that's why I'm trying to convince everyone. Because I'm gonna be hosting this free discussion. So hopefully, I see you there. Okay, now. And I'm going to leave you with this for now because there's a lot for us to digest during this eclipse. You can, of course, replay this and then sit down, try to go within first. Eclipse is very spiritual. And this is where, like the whole journey of the sun, basically. I'm going to discuss it a little bit then. The whole journey now comes where sun is going to take a little bit of a resting time. The soul takes that basically resting mode during this time. So it's time for us to kind of slow things down and then plan we're moving our life forward. All right. So thank you very much, Scorpios, and everything is in the description box below for the link for getting the chart. And I will see you guys again. Bye. I don't know what you're waiting for. Go get your chart now from today to Wednesday because the discussion that I'm going to be having for the eclipse, it is 100% free. You go, oh, where is it? There it goes. Okay. And at the same time, I get to play with my new board. So go get your chart. I'll see you in class. That is not a class, it's a discussion. We all learn together. Okay.